Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had good times with their family and friends this last couple of weeks. Let's see who we got in the chat. We got Joe Fix It For You, Heartland HQ with Dink and Tank. And there's the Heather Landstrom. And then we got Joe Jacobson and Southwest Living with Val and Todd Legendist. There's Lori prepping for heaven. James Hall. There he is. How's your shoulder doing? Hope it's doing well. Good evening, Arlene. And my buddy Chris. Adventure awaits. He was doing old time video games on his channel today. Had a live. And that's Retro Replay 83, his other channel. So you guys should check that out sometime. He tries to do a couple of them a week at least. So this has been a pretty quiet holidays, Christmas and New Year's. But I got my nephews coming on Friday. They should get here late Friday night. So I probably won't see them till Saturday. Hopefully they're not sick like they were last year. Got the whole family sick. There's the Moose. Is that how you say that? The Moose. 1890 or 1829. That's new to me. Where did I meet you, or where did you come from? What channel sent you here? I always like to know where people came from or how they found out about the channel. So yeah, there's that. I'm looking forward to this new year. I think I need a reset, and I think it'll be good. I think our situation in society is going to be pretty good too. So definitely looking forward to it. Shoulder is, and then it jumped. Shoulder is sore. Went to PT Monday and Tuesday. How did that go, James? Let's see. What did he say? So Pretty and Pooch had an open mic tonight. I jumped in on that. Always nice to see them. And if you haven't, go check out Pooch's video he put out today where he puts a little wiring in the new shed that they got for, I believe they're going to use it for storage and maybe some other things. But go check it out. Go see what he's got going. Let's see. I have been able to get in on some of these maker channels, and I'm starting to make some acquaintances through those channels, and that's exciting for me. I'm really looking forward to getting to know people who are makers and wood turners. They're people that work with bandsaw projects and furniture making. The Bearded Viking Woodworks, pretty cool. I was in on his live the other day, and he's a character, that's for sure. Let's see. There's Hiking with Jackie Boy and Pretty with Pooch. No judgment here with Pretty. Now I've got it all screwed up. No judgment here with Tish Ross podcast. And Salisbury Crafts. Welcome in. Met him through Bailey Woodworks. Hiking with Jackie Boy is enjoying his newfound retirement. Oh, the link is in the chat at the top of the chat. This is open mic, so anybody's welcome to come up and talk about their channel. Tell us what you did for Christmas and New Year's. I don't know how many people try to do New Year's resolutions, but you can talk about that if you want. There's Dana Mason. Good evening and welcome for coming, and thank you for coming in. I bet, does it feel weird, Kevin? Currently making some gold paint and markers. Cool. Very cool. Hey. That's Johnny Gillum Farms. He's in here. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Yeah, and we don't know how lucky we are to have our homesteading community the way we do. Most of us fell into it and didn't even know how we got into it, and now we can't get out of it, and we love it. But man, if you want to try to get into any other genre, it's just, man, you really have to search. It was a struggle, and I finally started to get some people in those communities that are kind of lumped together, and I'm really liking it. And I'm liking the fact that they're coming in and mixing in with the homesteaders, which I think it's going to be an excellent combination of genres. I don't know. I don't really know how separated they are because everybody makes stuff, especially if you're a homesteader. I've said that many times, though. I'll try not to say it again. Let's see. Tish, there were many times I could have commented on your live tonight, and you wouldn't have got to them all. Pull the plug. And that was Justin's live that you did that, where you just walked away. Maybe you did that on one of my lives where you and Pooch came in and then you just kind of left. Let's see. Joe Jacobson started following nomadic campers, and they got caught up on a homestead. Cool. I don't know how much of a homesteader we are, other than carving this place out of the woods. You definitely fit in the homesteading, but you are in a pretty much of your own thing too. I don't know. Everything's tangent, I believe. But you definitely fall in the homesteading category. Hey there, Kevin. How you doing?
Hey, Brian. How are you?
Pretty good. And yourself?
I'm doing good. Good.
Peter, Old Man King Homestead came in here.
Hey, Peter.
You're in Australia, Salisbury, huh? 1:40 in the morning in Australia. Oh, Southern Australia. Very cool.
Yeah, I was just charging up my device and I saw it was off. That's what I was taking off.
Oh, you have a battery charger now, huh? That's right. You told me that.
Oh, yeah.
To plug you in like an iPhone.
Yeah, well,
You put that right to your chest?
yeah,
You're almost bionical.
well, I am. But it already toned that it's charged, so
Well, with inflation, you might be more than the $6 million man.
and with platinum and iridium, they're both precious metals. So,
There you go.
yep. Yeah, what I did for New Year's, just
Oh, in the afternoon.
just Joanne and I brought it in kind of quietly, you know,
Yeah.
so which was nice.
I was wondering, excuse me, Kevin. I was wondering about that Salisbury Crafts because Radio Jonesy is in Australia, and I thought he was a day ahead of us. So yeah, cool.
And Salisbury Crafts, I just subscribed to you.
Very cool. Yeah. So what kind of fun things did you do that you couldn't do while you were working? Or what kind of things did you do?
The thing I really have liked doing is not having to get up at 5 in the morning.
Is that kind of a shocker to you though? And is it kind
A
of
little bit because, excuse me, I think I'm actually being bothered by the mountain cedar, the tree that I always whack. It's
Wow.
affecting my voice a little. The thing is, the first few days, I was still waking up, not right at 5 in the morning, but I was still waking up between 5 and 6.
if Justin were here, he'd say, "Serve you right."
Right?
With that,
I know.
cedar man.
Oh,
What did you call it again?
mountain cedar
Mountain cedar.
or ash juniper.
You like to put that video clip up every once in a while, don't you?
Yes, I do. I need to put a new one up when I get out on the hiking trail soon. But I'm thinking my next thing I do is I will go to a wetlands near here, the Mitchell Lake wetlands. That's it's actually owned by who I used to work for, but it's managed by the Audubon Society. So go out there and get some bird pics and videos.
Johnny, we discussed this last week. If you're in Australia, you're all neighbors. You could just go to right next door, and the person's there, right? Or you're in Tasmania or on the other side of Australia.
That's almost like saying you're next door to me.
Yeah.
Yep. We're half a country away.
Amy's here. I'm here. She's here. I can't say it the way I like to say it because it's not me. It's her. She's here.
I haven't decided on this yet, but I may make one of the meetups,
Well, I sure hope you do, especially the one I'm going to, because
Which one you plan to go to?
I'm going to the Mid-America one. Unfortunately, the Tin Killer and the Bar Run Forge one are the same weekend. But that's not unfortunate. I mean, you go to Mid-America or the Tin Killer one, you're going to see pretty much mostly the same people, which is awesome. I don't feel like I'm going to miss out on seeing anybody.
Oh, I think it would be great to meet a lot of the people. I mean, I already feel like I know them, or know a lot of them going on the lives.
You kind of do. And when you get together, with him in person, you'll be surprised at how it doesn't feel a whole lot different, other than the fact that you walk up to him, give him a big old hug or something like that. That's a big difference. But and Dale's here. Good evening, sweetheart. And Leah and Gunther's here. Thank you for coming in. Thank you all for coming in. Yeah. Last year I didn't get to go to Bar Run Forge because I couldn't.
Oh, one of the things I may be doing is getting together with a friend of mine. On the Fry Break social video, this friend of mine, it was actually his music I used on that video. And I may get together, and he's got the recording equipment. So I may be creating some of my own music for my videos. He's got the right type of stuff. So that may be one of the things I'll be doing.
Yeah, James Hall just said that you could go on that cruise with Joanne.
Yeah.
In Alaska. Jump on it. It's still not too late.
When is it?
It's the end of August, is it? Somebody put the date up. That would be. They've got up to 40 rooms booked for that, I think.
Oh, cool.
It's going to be a bigger meetup than most meetups. But
the one bad thing is Joanne's still working.
Oh, she ruins everything. Atasha's in here. Atasha Lynn. Thanks for coming in.
We got which, speaking of Joanne, we got another event in March. We're going to another buffalo harvest. And that is an interesting experience.
Well, you do definitely have the events to go to, and that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like going on events. I can't wait until eventually. I'm sure I'm bound to have some events that happen relatively close to me. Although Bar Run Forge that's 5 hours to me is nothing considering the Oklahoma trip. So,
yeah, Bar Run Forge. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's in Ohio.
Yes.
Okay.
He's
It's about a 2.5 day drive for me.
Southwest of Columbus. A couple hours.
Yeah, because my dad was from Ohio, and we'd drive up there in the summer to visit. It'd take us about 2.5 days.
Yeah, I suppose it's you type it in and it says 16 hours. Well, that's bull crap because it took us like 19 hours to get there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really add it up very well when I went by myself, but I also went out of my way a couple of times. I went to see Bar Run Forge because I wasn't going to get to go to his meetup. I at least saw him before the event and after the event. And speaking of, there he is. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hey, Troy.
Good timing, Troy. So I went probably an hour out of my way to go see him, and then I went back up and got back on track, and then I went to White Rock, and they were an hour or so out of my way, and then I went back up to go to the Tin Killer meetup. But it was fun. I had a lot of fun.
When we'd take our trips to West Texas, I would always take advantage of them to go to some of the more scenic areas out there. You know, beautiful area in the state of Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to those meetups. There's Bar Run Forge. Troy's got some stuff going on with his building, and I can't wait to see it. Although he had more going on than he planned for, but with roofs being ripped off from tornado or high winds. But I guess they've got that. You got that all under control now, right, Troy? So now they can get back on their shop build. $22 watching, 7 thumbs up. 7? Okay, people, you better be thumbing up and thumb up. Yeah, well, this is New Year's Eve night.
Oh, yeah.
New Year's Day night. I imagine a lot of people stayed up late and they said, okay, I'm not staying up through Wednesday night to watch all these lives. I got to go to bed. Hey, Bearded Viking Woodwork. Bearded Viking Woodworks. And I was just talking about you at the beginning of my live. Thanks for stopping in. I got to be in your. Well, I actually was in one of your lives quite a while ago, but last night was the first time I actually saw another one. I don't know why, but the notification bell, sometimes it happens. It goes off on people's channels, and then you don't get the notifications like you normally would. So I'm back on track.
I've noticed that lately.
That stinks. You're like, I haven't seen anything from that guy in a long time, and then go check out if you're still subscribed or whatever, and find out that your notification bell was put on a different setting.
Well, one thing I got coming up in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be meeting Pretty and Pooch, Troy with Adventure America, of course, Justin and Donnie from Barton's RV in Uvalde. We're doing a camp out at one of the state parks in the hill country. That ought to be a lot of fun.
Let me take a moment to talk about Bearded Viking Woodworks. Now, he is a very successful channel. He's doing very well, and he makes all kinds of stuff. And I believe he batches out product and actually sells it as well. So
nice.
If you would like to go over and check out what he does, and he's a character too. He's a real character. He uses all the bells and whistles on his channel. So it was fun, and I look forward to being in more of his lives. Bar Run Forge, you might want to check out his channel. He's a maker. We're makers. And you are welcome to come up on panel anytime you want. I always have an open mic. Daniel's his name.
Yeah, I'm going to go check his channel out here after a while.
It is. You'll like it. He's a character.
Yeah. Even though I'm not a maker, I like watching this stuff. You know.
Well, he makes. I can't generalize on what he makes because I've seen a wide range of things that he makes. But like, for example, the last handful of things he's made is like wall hangings that you can hang your stuff on, that, you know, like when you walk out the door and you need your wallet and your phone and your this and your keys and all that stuff. He made this really cool rack. That was one example. And he likes to make boxes, you know, like jewelry type boxes, or, you know, decorative storage boxes, which are pretty cool. And there's his link. Thank you very much, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Chris is always here. he's just hiding it till he could jump out and any moment and put a mess.
Yeah, but he's got a good channel too.
Yeah. Yes, he does. Well, he's got a few channels actually.
Or he's got his gaming
The ones that he really wants to push are the gaming channels and his Adventure Awaits channel, which is the one where if I get together with him, I'm on that. So we've got a couple of hiking videos out for some of you that don't know that. And where he did a video and I did a video on the same event. So we had our own takes on that. And again, he has his other channel is Retro Replay 83, and he does live gaming on that for any of you closet gamers. We called it Closet Gamers a couple of weeks ago. Had a good laugh about it. Tish, you might like that one. I think Pooch might like Bearded Viking. Because Pooch likes to tinker. He likes to tinker on projects. Gaming FF. I don't know what that is. X1V. Oh, wow. I don't know what you're saying, but it sounds funny.
Heather just put the link to Chris's gaming channel.
Tish.
Retro gaming.
No, Tish, I am not a gamer. I was horrible when I was a kid and Atari came out and all that stuff. I sucked at it so bad that I was always the kid that just sat back and watched everybody else play. I really didn't have a whole lot of interest in it, and I sucked at it. But Chris is my buddy, and I do go on and I watch his channel. It's interesting. It's interesting to see the things that he says while he's doing them. So I will listen to it. No, it's definitely not my main thing to do, but he's my buddy, and he knows that. He knows I don't play. Belt Loop 29 is in here.
Hey, sup, Gary?
The items that everyone is capable of making lately, just because of requests from viewers. It's super fun though. I really fumbled over reading that. I'm going to put it up so people read it themselves. Yeah, we get it. I get it. Let's see. Belt Loop, are you working tonight? Or you might have the night off.
Hey, well, one thing that's nice, I won't have, if I join it live, I won't have my participating on a live being interrupted by someone calling me from work.
Well, that'll be nice.
Mm-hmm. But I still have received a couple phone calls, but it wasn't so much work related. It was like, hey, what's up, dude? Yeah. I think they're already missing me.
Yeah. That's the way it is at work, especially if you work there for a long time. I mean, people get used to that flow and it gets broken. You think that you could be complicated in the way you are difficult in the way you explain things? You should see my dad.
I thought you did your explanations quite well.
When? Maybe you're just as screwed up and you can understand me.
Yeah, maybe that's it,
C-10 Ranch Auto Repair. Now, where did I know that channel name, but I'm not familiar with it. Where did I meet you? Did I meet you in Bearded Vikings channel? And welcome and thank you for coming in. I still have people calling me from the job I left 8 years ago. Amy, you need to cut them off. Cut them off.
Well, I have one guy who's he's building a house in Veracruz, Mexico, and he's like, "You need to come down and visit me when when I get settled in."
Oh, now that's going to bug me. Who did I meet you in? You said another live, but I know it was just like yesterday I saw your channel. Can't remember the channel. Maybe it was Bailey's Woodworking. Either that or I don't know. Let's see. Let's see here. Well, Chris, seeing since you do your own lives now, maybe you can start popping up as a panel guest.
That would be great. That would be great.
I know you're probably sitting there going, I don't know why he does so well. I mean, if you go and watch his gaming channel, he's sitting there blabbing away while he's doing a video game while he's doing it. So actually, he talks better on his lives than I do. So I don't know what the big deal is. You're going to surprise me. You better surprise me and just pop up one day. You want to see me shocked? Do it right now. I know you know how to
My
do it.
impression, he's someone who will accept a challenge.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that one would be the one that he would go for.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee you I'll have him up here someday.
Oh, yeah.
Especially once he's doing his gaming channel and starts getting a group of people constantly, leaving comments in his chat. But he's very new and he didn't get to start out like us with a community. He didn't have a built-in community when he popped into his gaming channel. Some of us don't know how lucky we are to have a community.
Yeah, we are.
Some people don't, and it's not as easy as you think without a community.
I got hooked up with this community by the way of Justin, Backroad Freedom. Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. Never, Gary. Where did you say never to? What happened to Johnny? See, Chris is getting ready. He's quiet now, so he's getting ready to come up on panel.
Come on, Chris.
So, what big things do you want to do now that you couldn't do when you were working? Like, do you have like a 2-week long trip you really would like to take?
That may happen. I don't have anything like that planned.
Like a cruise?
I may do a couple nights primitive camping where I actually got to pack in, start adding some backpacking to it.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to do is do the 2-night kayaking trip on the Devil's River. You set in at one point and you go down that river and into Lake Amistad near the town of Del Rio. Well, if any of you are familiar with region of Texas, and it's kind of one of those areas, and it's a beautiful river, but all around you it's very desert looking.
Yeah.
I would like to do that kayaking trip down that way. But what I would do is I would hook up with the outfitter to do that so they can bring you to the put-in point, and then when you take out, your vehicle's parked on their property. But some people will park their car at one point and then be with someone, and then they'll pick up at another point. But I'm not too fond of leaving my vehicle by itself just off the side of the road. And you are in the border regions around there. You're not very far from the Mexico border.
Debbie Dratch is in here, and Beltloop 29 Homestead. When did you start that channel? Thank you for dropping my link, Heather. When did you start that one? Is he starting a homestead?
Now, speaking of the homestead, I thought of doing this, making some raised beds and doing some vegetable gardens.
How much? How big is your backyard?
It's good sized.
You have enough for a garden then, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool. There you go.
Yeah. I'm not going to grow a lot, but that's something I could do.
Does Joanne enjoy any of that?
Yes, she does. Now, Joanne really, what she really likes is her involvement with Native American, and she does a lot of crocheting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she also likes cooking.
Oh, you're in trouble. You're going to be home more, walking less. Well, you might be walking more. You might go out hiking more, so maybe you'll burn it off.
Oh yeah.
When does Joanne get to retire? Is that in the works at all?
It's a few years away.
Yeah, I know it's it's wild. I don't know that I'd ever retire anyway. I mean, like if this YouTube stuff goes on, I mean, even if I was able to retire, I would probably still want to do the YouTube stuff just because it's fun.
Oh yeah. And then you got to do stuff, mental challenge for one thing, physical challenge too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. I'll see what works out when if I get with that guy and we can do some recording and do some of the music. Yeah.
That would be cool. Let's see. What else is everybody? See, people are going to sleep. People are going to bed now. We stayed up late this whole week, and we're tired, and we got to go back to work tomorrow.
Not me.
No, not you. Rub it in. Rub it in.
Yeah.
I actually got a handful of days off myself. I took Christmas Eve day and Christmas Day off, and then I took half of Christmas or New Year's Eve day off, and then I took today off.
I'm kind of curious what do you do with the vineyard during this time of year?
Nothing. We are working on the construction or remodeling type stuff now. In fact, we've been slow at that too. We've been kind of slow at it. We get up and get going on it every day, but we're slow at it, and we take coffee breaks. But we'll get back into it. It usually is that way after, the snow starts flying. We get a little slower, and sometimes we just don't feel like it.
So right now the vines are dormant. Then
they're dormant. They're all trimmed. They're ready to go for next year. Start going, but they won't start doing anything till about mid-April. Mid-April. They'll start budding out. I know that because last year while we were at the the Tinkular meetup is when they got frosted. And that was towards the end of April that the buds popped out. Popped out just in time for the frost.
So that kind of sets them back, So when do you really start getting active on working on the grapes?
Excuse me, what? I was on reading Debbie Dratch's comment.
When do you start actually having to do more work on the vineyard itself?
About April. Okay. That's when we start getting out there. Well, it's based on the weather breaking, and it's warm enough for us to go out there and want to be pounding posts and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Pounding posts is something that happens all year long. And it just takes, sometimes it just gets to the point where it takes all summer to keep it caught up because posts are breaking all the time.
Okay.
And the heavier the grapes get, the more they break. Debbie Dratch. Yeah, we have tractor repairs. I do a fair bit of that kind of maintenance, but if it's a real humdinger and we're in a crunch, we'll take it to the shop and have it done. Like when the rats got in and totally chewed out all the wiring in the 3910 Ford tractor we have. That was I'm glad I didn't try to attempt fixing that. It needed to have somebody else work on it. some little guy with little hands. And I mean, this is a little guy. He was probably about 5'2" and real slim. So he could really get in there and work on that dashboard, and that tractor was crazy to try to work in.
That makes me think, and I saw him the other day, is the company I worked with before I worked for the water system. I come across my old boss from there, and he's one of those guys who's about 5'2", scrappy little guy, and he is a Vietnam veteran. He was actually a tunnel rat. So he'd seen some crazy stuff, I'm certain.
Yes, Laurie. He's right here. But he's so black that he blends right into the chair. Unless he turns over and you can see his white belly and arms, or his front legs are white. I mean, my dad didn't even realize that I had him in every live. He's pretty much been in every live for the last 2 months like that. But people don't notice that he's there because he's so dark. Happy New Year to you too, Wander Henry. How are you doing? Hope you had a good couple of weeks with Christmas and New Year's with your family and friends. I'm actually surprised we have 20 people in here tonight, this late at night on New Year's Day.
Everybody's having a holiday hangover.
Yep. Tishy's been there every single live for the last at least 2 months.
Well, Brian, I'm gonna be calling Joanne back, so yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get down.
That's okay. If somebody else doesn't want to come up, I might cut it short tonight just because I'm kind of tired. But if somebody wants to come up and make it worth staying on longer, I'll do it.
Well, it's been a while since I came up, so I was overdue.
You're always welcome to.
Oh, thank you.
Anne has her reflex. I'm in my jammies. Jammy time. All righty. Well, right. I'll see you soon, Kevin.
I'll see you soon.
On panel with me.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, and have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Okay, bye. All right. Oh, so it's I almost made it through the whole hour. Got 10 minutes left. If anybody else would like to pop up for a bit before I close out, the link is at the top of the chat. Anybody at all? And I'll give it a little bit, and then if nobody comes up, I'm going to be heading out myself. Might just call it a short one tonight. Let's see. Kevin, you're eating supper. Oh, look at all the excuses coming in. I'm in my jammies. I'm eating dinner. I got something else to do. Old Man King Homestead. That he's on next after me, starting at 10 o'clock Central. So you're going to want to pop over and see him unless he tells me he's not on. But I'm assuming he is. I have an idea, Brian. You could draw a picture of my head and just read off the response like I'm there. Yeah. Let's see. And Dale, I am celebrating Christmas with the boys. Well, the boys are coming from North Carolina, with your neighbors, because they're only 2 hours away from you, so they're right next door. They're stopping or getting here Friday night. Probably see them Saturday. We'll do a little. There'll be several times throughout the week that they're here that we'll get together and do some stuff. I don't think there's anything really planned. Although my sister probably has a Christmas tree set up, and we'll get together. And I think they do a Santa. What do they call that? The Santa. Secret Santa, they call it. So it's always nice to be with family. I only get to see the boys once a year for about a week. You need to come visit them so we can actually meet. And we can meet halfway or whatever. I'd probably be down for making plans for that, Dale. That would be cool. Are there any other people that we could make have a shindig at a restaurant somewhere? That would be cool. If there's others. All righty. Well, I am going to call it, if nobody wants to come up on panel, I am going to call it tonight. There's only 6 minutes left, so no real big loss. But I want to thank everybody that came up on the chat and my moderators for protecting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kevin, if you're still listening, for coming up on panel. And we will see you next week, Wednesday, 9 o'clock Central, where we get to start a new year and get back to some normalcy. I kind of like that. So, there he is. Were you hiding, Johnny? You didn't want to come up? You can come up in the private if you want to. So yeah, I'm going to close up, and I will see you guys next week Wednesday. Bye for now.